Hey, my name is Gaia and in this video I'm going to talk about the book switching English and Dutch. Wie noemt zijn kind nou Chardonnay? By Maarten van Meer. Waarom we heten zal we heten. So this is a book about names. This was another book I randomly bought when I saw it on sale. And translated, the title means who names their kid Chardonnay. Chardonnay. So it's basically about why people get the names that they do from their parents. And the reason I decided to read this specifically in, well, somewhere in April, is that I am an aunt now. So that got me thinking about baby names. So yeah, that's why I decided to read this book. I had actually already read a few pages in this one day in March when I was waiting for laundry, which is up on what we call the washing room, and the washing machine needed a few more minutes, but I didn't really want to walk several stairs downstairs to then wait like 2 minutes and go back up. So instead I looked at the books that I had in the washing room and just read a few pages and waited for it to be done. Anyway, so I decided to read this when my nephew was born, and I just thought this was a nice time to read this now, that's all. Now this is written by a Dutch author, so this is about the history of names in the Netherlands mostly. Though he mentions some other countries as well, particularly when, for example, in the case of celebrity names, from celebrities that are from other countries. But yeah, so it's been a while since I read this, so I don't quite remember. But it was quite interesting. It taught me some things I didn't know yet. Some of it was more interesting than other bits. And every now and then there's like a little thing or a graph. I also like that the author used, for example, here, like an old, I think this was like a message in a newspaper that a baby's been born. I don't know if they do that in other countries, but in the Netherlands you can send that message into the newspaper, and if you pay them and stuff, then they print that message in the newspaper. There's like a page spread with babies born, and also another like page spread with the people who've passed away, and that you can also send in and pay for, and then you have that in a newspaper. I don't know what it's called, and I definitely don't know what it's called in language, in English. I'm tripping over my words today. This also discusses some like Christian names. I don't know if I hope I'm saying that correctly, but like, so in the Netherlands, some Christian people have not just a first name, but they have several middle names, which is often, at least back in, when was this book written? Because obviously this talks about like the history of the names and well, the research as to up to when this book was written. So yeah, I thought it was a nice read. I have not before read a book about such a thing. I can imagine there might be more out there. Don't know about specifically Dutch, but surely also for maybe English names. So there are also some graphs in there now and then, which I just thought that just makes it nice and breaks up the text. Here is, for example, the most popular children's names per province. This book is mostly about like the majority of the names. So a lot of them are, I don't know if you can say white names, but on occasion, here is something to do with Judaism. That Christianity in the Netherlands has been, throughout its history, so let's say 19th, 20th century, was a big thing. And I hope Christianity is the correct word. And there is different, yeah. Anyway, and so you got girls' names and boys' names, but they also talk about, let's say when they talk about like the top so many names, there are also common names well, here for example, like Mohammed, which is not a name given normally to, I guess, white Dutch people. I hope I'm saying all this correctly, but I just thought I just wanted to mention that. Some of these names, you know, I like that they give lots of examples. They also mention like some unusual names and well, as far as it goes, my name, Gaia, is very, very uncommon, which I always thought as a kid I really liked that, because for me it was hard to understand that multiple people could have the same name. For example, when I was a kid in my school, there were several people named Anna, and so the teacher would say Anna and then the last name of the child that they meant, if that makes sense. So you see that the popular names change throughout history, and well, there's also like some references and stuff at the end, and a index. What is that called? Is that called an index in English? Just all the names and then the pages where they show up. Now obviously some names are mentioned, others are not. It's also a part in it where it talks about which names are not allowed in the Netherlands, and how some parents had to were lucky or unlucky depending on which ambtenaar. Is that like a civil servant? The person who, so when you have a baby, or you adopt a child, you have to, but when you have a baby, you have to, within, soon after the baby's born, you have to go to the city office, I guess that would be called, and then register the name that you're giving your baby. And so there are just, so some things that weren't allowed, and laws were changed, and well, I've probably rambled on long enough about this. It was a nice read, you know, nothing spectacular, but I just found it interesting because I was thinking about my nephew, and well, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!